Guys, Meredith Gorman here, and are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
NFL Week 6 is here, guys. NFL Week 6. We have a good few games on the schedule here. Chargers at Ravens, both 4-1 teams battling out. Cardinals at Browns are the two highlighted games, in my opinion, that I will break down and look at here this week. Of course, the Monday Nighter. We talk about the Monday Nighter every week. Bills at Titans. Bills at Titans this week. Speaking of the Bills, yes, we hit on the outright once again. We are 5-0 in the outright dog market, guys. 5-0. You won't find that anywhere else for free plays. If you do, please let me know. I was all over the Bills last week, guys. All over the Bills last week. Over team total at 26.5. Plus 2.5. Money line and Moss rushing over. That just got over. So it was a 4-0 night in the Sunday night game. Overall, great week for myself, clients, and free play video viewers. Also hitting on a teaser for you guys. I'll go over that shortly. You know, Bills have taken over the AFC crown, in my opinion, and maybe the best team in the NFL. I do think they are better than Arizona. They just haven't played Arizona yet. I know Arizona's 5-0, but it doesn't really mean anything. Again, it's still 5 games. I just think Bills are very balanced on both sides of the ball, and I think Allen is playing an MVP caliber season right now. So I'm going to take the Bills right now as the best team in the NFL. Things could change. My power rankings flip every week. So yeah, Bills, Arizona, definitely the two top teams right now in the NFL. Weekly update. Let's do a weekly update. 9-1 last week, guys. 9-1. It was a huge week. Just under 9 units for us. 10-1 run currently. 10-1 run currently. Just under 9 units on the year. We hit a teaser as well last week with the Browns plus 8.5 and Bills plus 8.5 for you guys. That was a free play and client play as well. So we are rolling now in the NFL. Quick Survivor update, still alive in the Circa Survivor, of course. We had who do we have last week? Tampa Bay and Minnesota. Got lucky with Minnesota, guys. They hit a late field goal, so we got lucky there. But both tickets are still alive, and I am 68% in that in the spread market there too. So doing well in both. You never know. Could be a millionaire at the end of the year. PGA, guys, tough week on the greens for once. It was a tough week, and I think it was a tough week for most of the market. And yes, no profit or outright winner this week. 68% best bets, almost 2 years. 65% matchup run and 4 outrights in the last 7 PGA single events. It's just under 60 units in the prop market, guys. PGA, unbelievable season. UFC 33-8 client run right now. It's 80%, guys, and that's over a few months, right? With that many plays, 65% best bets, 2-year sample. 2-year sample. That's what you want to see. Long-term winning here with the system. Not a one-hit month, 2, 3, or year, even year winner. This is technically 7 years of profit, but this is 2 years since I've been doing YouTube videos and providing updates for you guys. And just under 50 units all plays in the UFC, so we are doing good there. NHL starting up, so we're going to get involved in the NHL and a little NBA as well. If you guys want to join the client list, get all my personal plays, check out systemsportscapping.com. Very low price. It helps me out. It helps you guys out because you get the profit along with me. You get detailed emails on my bets, structured unit betting, and weekly updates. You get weekly updates as well. That's sent out to my whole client list. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into the games. Remember, shop around, have multiple books. I always suggest to have multiple books. If you don't, you aren't betting right. Sorry about that, guys. First game here, Chargers at Ravens. -3 Ravens, total 52.5. Total 52.5. It should be a fun one, guys. A battle of two 4-1 teams, and we will see the Chargers. Are they the real deal? This is the biggest test for them on the road, in my opinion. Ravens pulled off a wild comeback last week, down 18 points in the second half, and got the win. Huge comeback by the Ravens. And they probably should have lost that game, to be honest. However, they just made huge plays at the right time, and their defense stepped up when they needed to. Lamar threw for over 400 passing yards, guys, which was a Ravens record. Lamar is showing that he just isn't a runner this year, and he's proving all you guys wrong. More passing yards than Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Prescott, to name a few. He is 5th in passing yards currently, and is showing if you want to stop the run and try to stop the pass now. Pick your poison. What are you going to try to stop here? Because he has multiple weapons. He may be getting his first overall wide receiver back, Bateman, as well this week. So just more weapons for him. We'll see how that works out with Bateman. I'm excited for Bateman from what I've seen in training camp. Herbert, on the other hand, hey, he's having an MVP season as well. Some will say even better than Lamar Jackson. 4th in passing yards and 4th in TDs at 13. I just think this Chargers team is very well balanced. Cleveland did expose them, though. They did score 42 points on them. A weird one, 89 points in that game. But yeah, you can score on this Chargers team, but Chargers can put up points too, and they showed that by beating Cleveland with 47 they put up, right? So, the way these two teams are playing, we should see points here. It should get over this 52. 52 is high. I usually avoid higher spreads, but I'm going to take the 52 over here. And in this matchup, I would have to take the points with the Chargers at +3. I don't love it, but if you ask me to play, I would take the Chargers at +3. I do see some Ravens 2.5 as well. So, I like the +3, get the push, if anything, if Ravens do get the win. I think it's a close game, and I think they're scoring here. So I think that's the play to look at in this game. This game won't make my card. I usually don't bet a ton of Ravens games unless it's the total. However, this one is high, like I mentioned, so it's not a strong opinion. But I do lean the over here. Another thing to keep in mind, the Chargers haven't been good against the run. So look for Baltimore maybe to switch things up and maybe not to throw as much. They may run a little more with Lamar here. And, the problem is they haven't found their go-to running back so far. They're using Murray, they're using Williams, they're using Freeman. They're all getting a timeshare right now. Maybe Murray a little more, but they haven't found their go-to running back. So they kind of had to change to this passing game, but it's working out. It's working out for them, right? So maybe look for them to run a little more here, just because that's Chargers' weakness. So look for that. Cleveland ran all over them last week. So I think that's the player. And then when that's the only question why with the 52.5, they're running the ball a lot, could slow the game down. So again, guys, I don't love these lines. The Chargers +3 I think is a good play, and then I lean the over 52.5. But both these plays are making my betting card for clients this weekend. Cardinals at the Browns. This is another fun one, guys. Excited for this one. More excited to watch it than bet it. However, this game may make my card. I'm waiting for some line movement and some injury reports to come out from Friday. Cleveland is a little banged up. Total's 49.5 here, and I'll tell you why. Sure, it sounds like it could be low between two teams that can really score, but I'll go over that in a minute. Huge game, and I think it's bigger for the Browns. They have played better than their 3-2 record, in my opinion. They almost got that road win versus the Chargers last week in an 89-point shootout. Cardinals had their first game down, at least on the offense side. They did not play that well. They only put 17 up, but they played a good San Francisco defense. They did play a good San Francisco defense, and they snuck away with the win, but it was because San Fran couldn't put up points with the rookie. That was the only reason. Any other offense there, I think, or even with Jimmy in there, they could have lost that game. In this game this weekend, there's some win concerns to be worried about. I think that's why the line dropped. The line opened up 52.5, guys. Some 53s. And now it's down to 49.5. I think there's a few reasons for that. One, sometimes when two high-powered offenses come together, you don't see a ton of scoring. Sometimes that could happen, but I think it's the wind concern and the weather maybe here. I don't think there's going to be any rain, but apparently there's going to be around 30 to 35 miles per hour in wind, which could affect the QB game. That's something you're going to want to watch. Watch the wind, which means maybe just run the ball a ton. So that's something to take a look at here before game time. You won't really know until Saturday or Sunday, right? You can look at it on Thursday to say it's going to win, and that can all change. So look at before that if you do want to bet the total here. But that's why I think some of the line movement, anything over 25 miles per hour could factor the passing game. So this is much higher. So take a look at that. Like I mentioned, is 3 or 4 days out. Arizona was leading the league in scoring before that San Francisco game. Cleveland just put up 42 and allowed 47. So, this total does look low. But I mentioned the weather concerns. Two teams when they come together, and it could be tons of running here. But I do think Cleveland wins this game, guys. I do think Cleveland gets this job done. I think it's a situational bet for me that I really like. Playing the Browns here at home. The 5-0 Cardinals, they already beat the teams they needed to in their division. Cleveland needs this win. They are coming off a tough road loss, which is a game they could have won. So take a look at Cleveland here. I don't love the -3. If there's 2.5, definitely jump on that. But -3, you get a push, if anything. I do think Cleveland gets the win here. You can play in a money line parlay as well. Even a teaser if you like. But I do think you should have some exposure to this Browns team this weekend. Monday Night Football, guys. It is the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills. Bills Mafia. Aren't they happy right about now? And I knew this team was going to be good, guys. I wasn't too worried about Game 1. Game 1 means nothing to me. Week 1 means absolutely nothing. We got Bills plus 5.5. There's some 6s out there. At Tennessee, total 54. Total 54. Bills take their 4-1 record to Tennessee right after a huge win over KC on the road. We were all over them. Some say this could be a trap spot after a big road win in Kansas City. However, this Titans team just isn't that great, guys. They're just not that good. The only team, in my opinion, that can beat the Bills is a team with a solid defense. Titans definitely don't have that, and they're towards the bottom of the league in most defensive categories. They can put up a ton of points. However, wide receivers are banged up. Is Julio Jones back? I don't know. I don't think so. A.J. Brown's banged up. The O-line isn't playing well right now. The Bills are allowing the least points per game as well at 12. Keep that in mind. So they should be able to slow this Titans offense down. A few futures on the Bills, which are liking more and more every day now. I have them to win the division. We have the over in games. And they're all high unit best bet plays. Allen should tear apart this defense, in my opinion. I would be surprised if they didn't put up another 30 plus. Question is, can Henry just rush and slow the game down and keep Allen off the field? That's the goal. That's the goal for the Titans. Rush Henry, get those first downs, get the short plays, and keep Bills off the field. That 5.5 does look short. I would lean the Bills here, but I do like the Bills on the money line. I do like them to win the game. Don't love the 5.5. 5.5 is when lines and bookmakers don't know really what to do with it, so they put in that 5.5. I think the Bills get it done. I don't love the 5.5. The total 54. I lean the over. Again, you guys know with my high totals, I don't love betting them, but I lean the over here. But I think Bills get this done. Bills should get the win here on the road and move to 5-1. Underdog segment, everyone's favorite play, everyone tuning in to see if we can go 6-0 on an underdog outright each week. Not easy, but we can do it, guys. We can do a tall task, but I am confident again. And to be honest, there's a bunch this week, so it makes it even harder, right? Other weeks I just found 1 or 2, and I think that's why I was hitting on all of them. This week there's about 4 or 5, so I'm going to list all of them, and I'll give you my favorite one at the end. Starting with the Lions at home. You call me crazy taking on I'm not betting it, but it's an option. And Lions after the coach breakdown, if you've seen them crying, I think they just come out for him here. I just think they come out and play tough for him. Bengals were in a tough OT game that they lost, and Burrow got hurt, but will play here. So Lions is a look. I'm not betting it. Chargers on the road is definitely a look at plus 135 against Ravens. How many comebacks do the Ravens have in them, right? This will be their toughest opponent all year for the Ravens as well. Value, I think, with the Chargers, especially at that plus 135. Arizona, of course, right? They can win that game. They're 5-0. They can win this game on the road at plus 145, even though I do like Cleveland in this spot. We're going to go with a shorter dog here. You can get at plus 110. We're going to go with the Panthers. Carolina Panthers at home versus the Vikings. I think the wrong team's favored here. A good spot at home to avoid back-to-back losses. Christian McCaffrey probably won't be playing, but he could be in there. Even without him, I think they win this game. They'll win it with their defense. This is the Vikings' hardest team that they've played defensively, and I just think they'll find a way to get this done on the road. They should have won last week, but they had a bad fourth quarter. Philly was able to come back. Take the Panthers plus 110. Teaser, I'm going to make it a little different for you guys. I don't love the teaser market this week, so we're just going to do a two-team money line. Similar to teaser, you can get it at a better price instead of laying the -1, whatever you get for your teasers. This is Steelers and KC money line, -110. Steelers and KC money line, -110. Players props this week to watch. Arizona and Cleveland game. If that win is a factor, check on the weekend. Play the passing props. Under in the QBs for that game. Look for a lot of running in that game from Cleveland, so you may want to take the under on the Baker Mayfield's passing yards. And look at Dak's passing yards. I think Patriots are going to slow the game down. They're going to try to keep the ball as long as possible and play good enough defense. Dak has been under his total more than he has went over. Alright guys, that will do it for this week's video. Like I always say, bet smart and know your limits. Enjoy week 4.